currency, CBDC, a currency with the speed of crypto but the soul of surveillance. Imagine a world where every transaction is recorded on a government ledger, every purchase, every donation, every act of generosity or dissent traceable in real time. A currency that can expire if you don't spend it fast enough or vanish from your account if you support the wrong cause. That's not imagination. It's already being tested. In the name of safety, efficiency, and inclusion, nations are preparing to digitize not only money but morality. The creature learned that physical cash still gave citizens a sliver of anonymity, a last refuge of freedom. So it plans to eliminate that refuge entirely. Freedom is not lost in one dramatic battle. It fades quietly, transaction by transaction, convenience by convenience. When you can buy anything but you cannot buy privacy, you are already in a prison without walls. And yet the same pattern that enslaves can also awaken, because once again we find ourselves at the edge of revelation. The more invasive the system becomes, the more obvious it becomes. Control can never remain invisible forever. It eventually reveals its face through arrogance. History tells us that every form of centralized currency ends not through revolution but through obsolescence. The people simply stop believing. They migrate toward whatever form of exchange feels honest, stable, and human. Gold once played that role, then paper, then plastic, now code. The question is not which technology we use, but who controls it and why. The lesson of Jekyll Island must not be forgotten. The issue is never merely money. It is the architecture of trust behind it. After 2008, when the financial world stood on the brink again, ordinary citizens began asking dangerous questions. They wanted to know why the architects of collapse were rewarded, why trillions were conjured to rescue banks, but not households. Those questions birthed movements, innovations, and most importantly, awareness. For the first time in a century, people began to see the mechanism itself instead of just the symptoms. That awakening terrified the system, so it offered distractions, low interest rates, endless entertainment, and the dopamine of digital life. Keep them scrolling, keep them spending, keep them numb. But underneath the surface, the math continued its march. Global debt passed hundreds of trillions. Derivatives, those abstract bets on bets, reached quadrillions. Nations pretended that numbers could grow forever, forgetting that every digit still represents time, labor, and energy from someone, somewhere. The illusion of infinite credit collides eventually with the reality of finite productivity. When that collision comes, resets occur quietly first, then all at once. You and I cannot stop the next reset, but we can choose our position when it happens. We can be spectators or participants.